Hi everybody, welcome to HeadCasey, where I, Casey, will talk about some weird and disturbing topics. Hooray! So if you don't like weird and disturbing, you should go away right now. So let's start off with, look at this! This is my tooth! They pulled this out of my jaw yesterday. I went to the dentist and yank! No more tooth. So here it is, all horrible and deformed. You can see it's all yuck. Oh, what is that on the side? Is that a piece of gum still attached? Ugh. Anyway, big shout out to my parents, pew pew, for paying for my trip to the dentist. For those of you out of the loop on my life, I've been recently kicked out of home, and I'm going to be moving in with my parents on the Gold Coast. So again, very grateful to my parents. Thank you so much for having me and just supporting me through this hard time. And you should probably stop watching now if you are specifically my parents, because this is not the video for you. Okay, so ready. Okay. So, I've been on to a website recently called Oasis for online dating. For Oasis Active is Australia-specific Oasis. So I've been on there, spoken to a few interesting people, like a guy that makes his own video games and doesn't seem to respond to conversation, and a guy that he builds his own pools, and he blocked me for no apparent reason. I don't know, we spoke for like 3 days straight, and then just when I mentioned that I went to the dentist to get my tooth pulled, he blocked me. Like as if that's some sort of offensive message. Well, I guess some people are weird. I don't know. Right, so I'm on Oasis, and people just keep, blocking for no apparent reason. I spoke with a person earlier today who was a trans person, female to male, who messaged me because I guess they like me or something weird. And I told them that, maybe just friends, maybe. And they just straight up blocked me, just straight off the bat. Not even like they unfriend or unsubscribe or whatever you call it. Straight up block me because, that seems fair. Now let's get to actual disturbing stuff, okay? I recently took all of my belongings that I didn't need on a day-to-day basis, and I put them into a box and started shipping that overseas to the Gold Coast, where I'm going to be. So I've got a box full of all of my crap, and the company that's moving the box told me to write a list of what the box contains. So I sent 2 boxes, okay? The first box contains all of my wardrobe and my grandfather's old banjo. Okay, that's it. Banjo, clothing. The other box contains everything else. So I managed to do an extensive list, toiletries, makeup, some papers inside of photo frames, a lot of shoes, so many shoes. It's so great. But what I forgot to mention on the form, and I realized after the fact that there's 2 things that I forgot to mention on the form. One was a board game that I have. It's a Munchkins. And so I forgot to mention that I put my board game in there. They should probably have no problem going through customs, right? Board game, no problem. The other thing is a giant bag of sex toys. Yeah, so huge bag of dildos going through customs, unlabeled. I didn't write that on the box or on the form. Completely forgot. But it occurs to me, how many undocumented dildos do go through customs? It's got to be a hell of a lot, right? Like when they scan the X-ray and they're like, oh, yep, she forgot to mention the dildos. They always do, they think they can just sneak it through. So yeah, hopefully my parents tuned out when I told them to, because otherwise, yeah, now they know about the big bag of dildos that might not make it to the house on the other end. I'm quite excited to go and live with my folks in the hotel, hopefully I can get some good videos and stuff. YouTube recently changed its policies. I was about 600 views away from monetization and getting some money from YouTube. That would have been nice. That would have been really cool. No. YouTube's changed its rules, and now it's unlikely that I'll be paid for a very, very long time, if ever. So I'm going to have to do some thinking and look into other ways to get your money to me. So if you want to send me some money, I don't know what to do right now. Maybe I'll create a new PayPal. Maybe I'll start a Patreon. I don't know. But when I do know, you will know. Because, money is, very, very helpful. Quitting smoking's gone well. I'm still smoke-free, just on a side note. What else is new? I'm thinking of trying to film some more Challenge Yourself in the near future. Although I need to, figure out what I'm filming, where I'm filming, when I'm filming, etc. I've retired some shows, like Troy's Toys, because Game Ghost 20,000 is now pretty much out of the picture. Now, on my last video, Game Ghost 20,000's mom went commenting, trying to tell me a bunch of bullshit. So I thought it would be appropriate at that point for me to enlighten her on what actually happened between me and Game Ghost 20,000. So, he calls the cops on me, I knock on his mom to him. I mean, that seems fair. I don't think it's very fair that his mom would come attacking me on my YouTube channel. So I told her what actually happened, and they've agreed to leave me alone. However, Game Ghost 20,000 did his weird little bloody hacky hack, almost got rid of my YouTube. Didn't. I'm assuming it's because I told his mum on him. But also, what he did do was on my last video, he managed to hack it, so it gave me about 20k views, and then a K and a half of dislikes. So my video is flooded with dislikes, and then after the fact, he somehow got rid of all of the views. So now it's back down to like 26 views or 30 views with 1,587 dislikes. So, yeah, pretty subtle there. Wonder who did that. But anyway, as I said, YouTube's changed all of its bullshit, so I guess none of it matters. Maybe there'll be some sort of new platform where you can upload your videos and it'll be better than YouTube. And if there is and I find it, you'll be the first to know. But assuming that that's not the case, I'm just going to have to keep working on my YouTube as a passion project because, I can't leave you audience just sitting there high and dry, especially not on such a rainy day like today. But yeah, that's all my updates. I got a sore gum because they yanked the tooth out of there. Moving to Australia. I don't understand why people online just randomly block. Like, I get some people where, like, for example, a person messaged me asking about my genitalia. And I told him that I keep my genitalia in chastity while I'm waiting for the op. I'm transgender and I'm pre-op. So I do intend to complete the transition. So I am aiming for the op. Until then, I don't really feel a need to use that area, therefore chastity is ideal. I say to him, I am in chastity. He says, I don't know what that is. I say to him, you should probably, maybe you want to Google it then. If you Google it, you'll understand. He tells me, maybe you should jump in front of a train. So yeah, I don't know what the hell is going on this Oasis website. People seem to just be running around with unchecked emotional disorders, but maybe there's some nice guys on there. I met one or two that seem genuine and nice. One's like a 20-year-old little blonde-haired boy toy. He claims he's not blonde. He claims that he's like light brown. And I managed to convince him that he's sandy-haired because sand can be, yellow, brown, black, white. There's lots of colors of sand. So I've got a sandy-haired little boy toy on there. And there's also a nice guy. He's my age. He's studying in uni and he's studying law. So, if you know me well enough, you'll know I don't have a particularly high regard for the law. But, maybe dating a lawyer would be cool. I guess we'll find out. So yeah, I'm keeping my options open. I'm hoping to meet somebody nice and somebody cool. Oh, my young little boy toy thinks that he can make a YouTube channel and do anonymous gaming. Yeah, well, I don't want to be anonymous. I want my fans to be like HeadCasey. Now that's a name. She's a little bit crazy, but she's just being a head case. Yeah. Anyway, so there you go. That's the update. Oh, also at the top of my channel, I fixed my channel art. So now it just says HeadCasey. I even added a fancy lens flare to it. How does that look? Okay, the last thing to say is since quitting smoking, I'm feeling a lot better in myself, I'm exercising, running up and down stairs and stuff. So hopefully I'll get rid of a little bit of this soon enough, and yeah, good times. Alright, well thanks for watching, stay subscribed. If you think of anything useful that could help me with the money situation, pop me a message. If you have anything just useful to say at all, pop me a message. And if you have a whole bunch of negative shit to say, you probably don't need to pop me a message. Have a nice day. Bye!